Hi, this is April from Stepping Out the Shadows. Hey, beautiful friends. So I'm getting on today to just encourage someone. Don't look at that big picture and get overwhelmed. I do that a lot in my life. I am definitely an overthinker. And I can just start thinking of all this huge, big mountain of problems and things that seem impossible to climb. And the last year or so, I've been hiking with friends. And so one day I was out on like my first hike after years, like probably 20 years I hadn't gone hiking. And my friend was like, "You want to go?" And I'm like, "I'll try, but I don't know. I'm not an avid hiker at all, and I might kind of die." But they were kind. They took me along. And this mountain loomed ever large in front of me. And I honestly was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it." But at about that time is when God had given me this word of like, don't look at the big picture. Don't focus on that. Don't get overwhelmed. You just focus on that next step in front of you. And then the next step and the next step. So as I was hiking that day, and I did try to actually do a video on it, but it didn't work out because I was breathing too heavily, wanting to die. But I mean, this was a pretty, maybe not for you guys, maybe if you're avid hikers, it might have been fine for you. But for me, this was a pretty big, steep mountain for me. And so I'm just having to focus one step at a time, just like God had told me. And it was just such a good picture of not getting focused and overwhelmed on that big mountain, but knowing that if you just focus on that one step and that one step, that before I knew it, and I didn't actually feel that before I knew it fast, but before I knew it, I was at the top of the mountain and I was looking out over this beautiful scenery. I had done it. I had conquered it. Only problem was, yeah, I did have to go back down. So that same mountain I had just climbed, I did have to go back down to get home and keep living my life. And if I'm honest, I actually fell going down the mountain. It wasn't as smooth as I would have liked, but I survived. And so sometimes that's what matters, right? We just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Sometimes it's not a beautiful picture that we might have liked. Sometimes we might fall, we might make mistakes, but we get back up, right? And we're gonna conquer that mountain and the next, because now we know that we can do it. We have the strength that it takes because of persevering through. So I hope that helps you. Don't focus on that big mountain in front of you. Just focus on that next small step you can take. Hope you have a great day.